I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a process inspired by the example of the career people who refused to be part of this travesty. It cost some of them their jobs, which is painful, but it preserved their integrity, which is beyond price. And I represent me. I hope they serve as an example to more and more lawyers, especially some of the big firms, to participate in protecting our liberty, protecting the rule of law. And my family and friends were always with me, and luckily for me, include some of those great lawyers. This case mattered to me personally, obviously, but it matters most because a message has to be sent that the President of the United States cannot use the Department of Justice to target his political enemies. I don't care what your politics are, you have to see that as fundamentally un-American and a threat to the rule of law that keeps all of us free. I know that Donald Trump will probably come after me again, and my attitude is going to be the same. I'm innocent, I am not afraid, and I believe the gift from our founders that protects us from a would-be tyrant. When I was a kid, my parents would wake us up for school every morning by snapping open the shades and saying, "Time to rise and shine and show the world what you're made of." Well, it's that time, America. It's time to stand up and show the fools who would frighten us, who would divide us, that we're made of stronger stuff, that we shine and keep the faith.
That's right.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence.
Think of all of the attorneys that were fired from the DOJ. They're gonna fucking come back, and they're gonna be motivated. They're gonna be motivated to put all these corrupt motherfuckers in jail. Like all these people that served in these illegal DOJ, going after undocumented Americans, putting them in concentration camps, running these concentration camps. These corporations that are running them, they need to be held accountable too. They'll fucking jail, dude. All these motherfuckers need to go to jail. You know? War crimes, all these people are gonna lose their, following these dumb fuck orders by these criminals. You know? What do you think? Nuremberg. The MAGA Nuremberg trials are gonna be good. Oh my God. There's so many GOP that are fleeing Congress, dude, retiring. Why are they retiring? Where Marjorie Taylor Greene was the first snowball, and she is getting the fuck out of Dodge because she knows how fucked MAGA is. Miami losing by 20 points. 20-point margin for Miami, Florida. You lied to us. Texas, a lot of these districts only have 2 to 5 point margins. And if they go down like Miami does, holy shit, Texas is going to go purple, dude. Texas, they're going to lose Texas by gerrymandering, which is, that's rich. Dude, it's going to be good. All these dumb fucks, all these MAGA fake fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis, got to get their comeuppance, right? It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good year. 2026, I have a feeling it's going to be a good year. Be a good year for democracy. What's up, James? I wasn't going to get back on. I've been coding. I figured I'd come down. Yeah, I was coding, dude. I finally got... You'll notice... James, you'll notice I respond. You guys notice I responded. You'll see I got response to your comments. Have you noticed that? It's awesome. You see the response to your comments, James? I know I responded to yours. I actually trained the AI to recognize you. I was like, I've got vision. I have vision now in my system, so I can do everything. I'm gonna be setting up, training. I'm gonna be doing so much. I finally got vision working, AI vision. So system that responds to all my social medias, right? Runs my social medias, does fucking everything. Will do my trading for me. Well, you know, and you'll see it. I actually have it on right now. It's actually coding upstairs whilst I'm doing this. The coding is now. Anyone can code. So, yeah. I can have it self-iterate. Like, look at the shit I code now. I have eyes. So AI is going to be fixing the code. The ice. Yeah, so AI now. We won't cut, we just talk to AI. So all I'm doing is talking to AI. Yeah, you'll just, what the hell's that thing? So, brown, little dark rice. AI will code. So AI will look at code, you'll just talk to it. That's what I'm trying to build. So I'm trying to build, Al, is I just talk to it. So as I'm talking to Code Red. So when I just talk to I don't know what they have for voice recognition now, but I have to build it that will monitor my live feed, right? So I need the system to run on my PC and monitors and just takes, it's everything I'm saying is going to be turned into text. That's an STT, speech to text, an STT, run on my PC. That trains it in real time. Yeah, real-time personal assistant. Yeah, not real-time, autonomous. So when I'm talking, so the whole so when I tell the AI, if I say 0102, do this, 0102, check LinkedIn and do I have any messages, right? What's going on? And they'll say on my stream, yeah, I've got, go ahead and process. So it's my digital twin. So the AI becomes my digital twin, and it learns about me by watching the videos, by learning from the videos. And it's always playing a game. When I give it decision, is it picking my decision? So it knows how I will decide. Now this is important because imagine you don't have to sit on a board anymore. You don't have to run an organization anymore. Your AI, your digital twin does with other digital twins. And they just immediately negotiate what they're going to do, right? And it already knows your sentiment. It knows how I feel about things. And it's just going to argue for that point of view. With other AIs. And the AIs just kind of like battle it out. And we never have to have an argument, James. Al, we don't never have to disagree. I just send my digital twin at your digital twin. They fight it out. They come to a compromise. They come to a solution. Now imagine that now with 100,000 people in a community or whatever. What we're going to build next. What we're going to build next for the thing. And people just interacting happen through the YouTube live stream. What do you mean, nah, bruh? What are you talking about? Omega. Everything's going to be happening here through the live stream. Whether you like it or not. So, all right, I did that. I got this rice going. Let me get this going here. Okay. What's the knob, bruh? I like James call me. I always forget what FAFO. Democracy. FAFO. What does that mean again? I always forget what that means. Fuck around and find out. There's one of my these are my little oranges. Oh, that's rotten a little bit. Why? Let's eat this one. I don't know if that's true or not, Omega, but a lot of people with high IQ see through it. They don't have like, you know, I have very little motivation. I just can't sit in front of a computer, and I've tried it trading or whatever, or, you know, being a cog, dude. I'd rather be, you know, I'd rather have nothing than, you know, have to work all the time. I just hate, I want to be free to do the things I want to do. But I'm not high, my IQ, I'm not high IQ, dude. So I want to build an agent that's going to do meme coin trading. Now that I have Vision working on it, dude, I haven't been streaming that much, James. I've been kind of depressed because I've been spending all this time trying to get this fucking thing that should be, and it couldn't do it. And it should be simple, and I just couldn't get it to do it. And then finally, it just fucking did it. My code is so fucking complicated on what I built. You know, I got over 1 million lines of code on all my shit. It's like think of a jigsaw puzzle, and I've got all these parts, right? And anyone looking at my code says, hey, you got this part, and you got this, you know, this quantum node part here, and this part, and this part, and this. It's kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle, and then they're all going to connect together. All going to connect. So they're all modules. They're all these small little modules and stuff like that. Anyway. But yeah, you should see like a big, you know, what, like for example, I've got this Got Junk app, right? You'll be able to just like, hey, your explanation got drunk, then you're telling the AI, right? Or explanation got junk bug, and it reads that. It goes, okay, there's a bug here. Reads your thing, researches your thing, logs it, right, for things to do, decides whether it can do it or whether it's too complicated for it. It needs 0102. I have different agents, and different agents have different abilities. Like, I was trying to use a low level on it. So, yeah, like all the responses are Grok message responses. Yeah. There's going to be, I mean, there's going to be war with Venezuela next year. He's going to try to use the war as a way to stop elections, I think. He's going to but I don't think they have enough people. You know, I mean, $170 billion is some people don't realize how much money that is, dude. That's just crazy money. Yeah. I think we're going to see war with that dude. I don't have any feelings for the Venezuela dude. You know, he's kind of an asshole. But the way we're going about it is all wrong. You know? What do you think? Let's throw this stuff outside. This is compost. All right. Gotta tidy up here. I'm gonna go to bed. It's 1:30. Guys, I was just out here testing. Figured I'd come down and clean the kitchen. So my wife, tomorrow's Friday. So my wife is. I'll let you guys get on with your day. You guys have a good one, all right? I was seeing if my bot would connect, but my bot didn't connect, so I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm going to bed, dude. It's like 12:30 at night. I'm having a good day. It's sleepy time for me, Omega. Sleepies. Sleepy time. I kind of got excited because my bot worked. So that's what gave me like, oh wow, get this shit to work. All right, I really need to go to bed, but let's see if we can get this thing to connect.
And a reflection of what the Department of Justice has become under Donald Trump, which is heartbreaking. I was also inspired by the example of the career people who refused to.
Let's see here.
This thing has a laser avoidance system, has auto takeoff, auto land, follow me.
Are to pull the donations from Turning Point and malign the people involved with it so that no one wants to be involved. The question then becomes, what will Turning Point be a year from now? And if Candace's actions say anything and she succeeds...
No, a Turning Point has $150 million. What will Turning Point be a year from now? You know? $150 million fucking organization. Right-wing people, I think, are just jealous. They're like, $150 million. She's got all this money, and they're trying to kiss ass. They want to get some of that money. That's all this is. It's like a war. It's like a bunch of pigs slopping around trying to get some of that money.
Turning Point will have been destroyed. Charlie's legacy gone. Everything he built.
It's so fucking bullshit, Tim Bull. Tim is broke. He's upset.
That is what Candace is working towards because she hates Charlie Kirk. What is going to happen in the midterms? And the people that once stood together are now all fighting with each other. And I got to tell you, I am black-pilled.
Well, Tim Pool is having a bit of a public crash out over Candace Owens, who he claims is great.
They should just get a room together and just fuck. I mean, that's what they want. They just want to have sex. I think he's just wants to get with Candace. It's just like foreplay.
Lifting off of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who she does not hate, who was actually a friend of hers, and is making money off of his assassination. At the same time, he's accusing her of costing
Civil War. So before it made some sense to me, it was lining up as the people who are America first versus the people that are Israel first.
Stupid.
But now things have taken a turn. I'm not really sure where Tim Pool stands on that. His issue might be completely different, but man, are they fracturing. As you're going to see here, there's just wars on every side for the right wing.
So I had been watching Candace Owens' show, not because I agree with her politics, for all the people whose heads exploded when I said that offhand one day on this show, but because I want to understand what she's saying. So when we're talking about her on this show, I do the story justice. Because after all, at one point recently, she was the top podcast in the country. Like, it's so hard to keep track of this, semi-investigation that's taking place. Like, she's using her show to investigate the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I will admit that I'm not very trusting of our FBI, and I do feel that Kash Patel did a horrible job and I've lost track of them. But with that in mind, I do get the sense that she does care about figuring out what actually happened. Now, some people say Tyler Robinson did it. We have all the evidence we need. Let's move it along. She's not buying it. And so as she's doing these shows and garnering a pretty significant audience while doing so, she's getting attacked more and more. And by the way, one of the other things that she is doing, and was alluded to by Tim Pool, is she is accusing Turning Point USA of betraying Charlie Kirk. She focuses on some of the Christian Zionist pastors that are associated with Turning Point USA. And the one thing that she did show the receipts on was the fact that, as the head of Turning Point USA on the topic of Israel, there were people who were denying that, but then she showed the goods. She showed the text message exchanges that made it abundantly clear that he had been bullied so much that he himself said, I have no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And then the next day he was assassinated. So right now there is a divide began with Tim Pool's allegations that Candace is tearing MAGA apart with her sleuthing and her investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination. And she has, again, if you're about to see is a side-by-side. On one side, it's Candace reacting in real time to the statements that are being made about her by Tim Pool. Take a look.
I recently purchased the most popular glucose meter online and decided to test it with you. If you have diabetes or know anyone dealing with it, you understand how annoying finger pricking can be. The Glucomax changes everything. It's a needle-free glucose meter boasting 99.9% accuracy. All I did was place my finger on the... Click here now to learn more and discover this innovative breakthrough today.
There are over 10,000 verified reviews from real customers. The pen works on all colors and even on plastic. Look at it on blue. It works in the same way. The scratch disappears instantly. To celebrate 100,000...
Right.
instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupidest crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. For what?
Broad daylight, and we don't care about your stupid midterms. Tim Pool is going off right now because he's like, it's not the time. You guys need to be mules. You need to keep voting in the very corrupt people that are lying to your faces right now about what happened to Charlie Kirk. It is not the time because it is your job to get people into office. That is the point of a Tim Pool show. It doesn't matter what you are going through at home. I want you guys to hear this, okay? I don't care if you have family members that are dying, family members who have died, if you have children that you care about and you maybe don't want to live in a world that's run by pedophiles. You need to put that all aside and vote for whoever the hell Tim Pool tells you.
That Candace Owens had become disillusioned with the Trump administration, was very angry about how the Epstein files were very obviously being covered up by the Trump administration, and was not at all a proponent of U.S. support for Israel's genocide in Gaza. So she was already mentally, and then the assassination happens. And right now it seems like people like Tim Pool are up in arms about how she's not helping the Republican cause. But she wasn't really favoring the Republican cause, at least as it's playing out in the Trump administration, even before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Jink.
Yeah, there's a couple of things here. One is the substance of these issues. The other is the fight. And the third is the political realignment happening so fast and so thoroughly. All right, let's take substance first. Tyler Robinson. Look, I don't know what happened there. If some people say you're under an obligation to believe the government. No, I'm under no such obligation. Other people say you're under an obligation to believe conspiracy theories I came up with yesterday. No, I'm also not under that obligation. You have to prove it out. You have to show evidence. Until we get that, we don't know. But I will tell you this, and this one is easy. I did read he's on suicide watch. If he does not show up to trial and magically commits suicide with no tape around, or anything else that happens to Tyler Robinson, then he obviously was not the killer.
The biggest thing for me, Jank, is the fact that the weapon that was allegedly used to assassinate Charlie Kirk through his neck, but it didn't. And so the explanation that we received from Turning Point USA about that was that it was a miracle, and that, you know, Charlie was in such great shape that he managed to stop, his neck managed to stop that bullet. I'm not a ballistics expert, but I think it's totally fine to not trust the FBI and want a more thorough investigation. But I can't really speak to the credibility of what Candace is saying on her show, because I totally lost the thread, or the 58 threads that are currently taking place simultaneously on her show. Like, the DuPonts are involved. There's a guy named Pierre. Like, I don't know. But let's get to where things really start to blow.
Did it? I have no idea. But yeah, there's a lot of questionable things. Why did he disassemble the rifle and reassemble it? Why so conveniently engraving the bullets, etc.? So, but we'll find out in due time. But if he dies before trial, then he definitely was not the killer. That's so obvious. Please, guys, use common sense, okay? So, number two, when you get into the fight between these guys, it seems like Tim Pool's more bothered by, like, who's got more views and etc. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But, like, why, like, since he doesn't appear to be Israel first, and I might also be wrong about that, I don't know why he's so animated about Candace's theories. So if I don't agree with some of Candace's theories, and I certainly don't, I don't think that the First Lady of France is a dude. So what? I don't agree with that theory. If I don't agree with any of her theories, it doesn't bother me, right? And so if he's worried that she's splitting the Republican vote apart,
the Trump administration for failing to follow through on its promises on the Epstein files, for edging toward a regime change war in Venezuela, for continuing the genocidal campaign that Israel is carrying out in Gaza. Like, these are things that have actually divided the MAGA base. To say that, you know, Candace Owens unilaterally is doing that is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, one easy guide stick for all of you out there, and it doesn't matter if this is on the left or the right, is that media host looking out for the voters and the principles of your side or anything that you believe in, right? Or is he looking out for politicians? Even when those politicians betray the things that you want. So that's why we challenged Obama and Biden so aggressively here on the Young Turks, because I don't really care about their egos and their status and their titles. I care, did they deliver for you? So I think that's what Tim Pool and Candace and everybody else should be looking out for. There, I'm not so scoring between those two on that one. It appears Candace is looking out more for what the MAGA voters originally wanted, and Pool, in this case, seems to be looking out more for what the politicians want.
So the thumbnail to Candace's response, or at least the video, contained a response to Tim Pool's allegations. The thumbnail to that video featured a tiny photo of Tim Pool, and now he thinks that by including an image of him in the thumbnail, she's trying to get people to think that maybe he had something to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination. But I don't think that's what she's trying to do. I think she just included his image because in the content of that video, she obviously addressed the allegations that he's making about her. But nonetheless, he freaked out about it.
Now, the issue with Candace Owens is when she makes a thumbnail, the billion obvious, and this is the game she's always played. Who benefited from Charlie Kirk's death? And then she shows Cash and she shows me, because she knows that people who don't pay attention, she knows that regular people screw the point of what she was doing. I believe that it is intentional on her part. The question is, what is the outcome of what she's doing as she pushes these psychopath grifter conspiracies so she can profit off of the death of Charlie Kirk while spitting on his grave and smiling as she does?
We found the stream.
Well, things escalated further following something that he alleged happened. He posted about it on X, and then we're going to show you some.
Just keep going, right? Nope, here it comes. This thing's a total game changer. Throw it across the park, over the driveway, always comes back. Hover in your hand like it's floating, glows like a little star. And yeah, my kids haven't stopped begging to play with it. No fancy setup, no frustration, just pure fun. Oh, and check the orange link below. Huge discount right now. Grab it before it's gone.
So we were going to give this to our son this year for Christmas as a stocking stuffer, but honestly, we're probably going to keep it to ourselves because this is way too cool.
It's only 6 inches, but watch what it can do. These fly orbs act as boomerangs and hover back to your hand every single time. We're seeing this right now. They're going for less than a slice of pizza, so definitely check them out in the top below.
Throw it as hard as you want. Go on. Watching it zip away feels like it might just keep going, right? Nope, here it comes. This thing's a total game changer. Throw it across the park, over the driveway, always comes back. Hover in your hand like it's floating, glows like a little star. And yeah, my kids haven't stopped begging to play with it. No fancy setup, no frustration, just pure fun. Oh, and check the orange link below. Huge discount right now. Grab it before it's gone.
Has anyone actually made it to level 4 before? If you're slightly congested, use level 1. If you find yourself mouth breathing or snoring at night, use level 2. If you feel like you're breathing through a straw and it's affecting your everyday life, use level 3.
You wrote that.
Look, 0102. Posting, I'll move to Japan. It's getting slow. There it goes, press. There it goes. Boom. Well, trying to get me to go premium again. Why is it doing it again? There it is. I have to figure out why X isn't working. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have UI TARS monitoring the actual stream and engaging with the stream. It's gonna be good. Finally got this vision system working. So, what else is going on here? Ah, it's on. It's logged in. It's in. found ups. Okay, so the fuck was this here?
Word today.
No, not really. It's 1 a.m. I'm excited. Look, Found Ups is going crazy. Look. Pissed off vet is lurking. Look, he's ranking up. Arena fighter. What's up, Tony? I gotta go to bed. Did Undown Dude log back in yet? Yeah, there he is. Hasn't come back though.